So continuing now on module 2, the indicator settings that I've kind of landed on for my daily watch. So I can see exactly what's going on for the instrument I'm trading, in this case, either the NQ or MNQs. And the fast length down on a 12. I would say the sweet spot would be anywhere between like a 10. 10 is like super, super responsive to price. Like the hooks at the reversal are going to be very pronounced. So let's go down to a 10 and watch the fast bands. We'll apply it. Drawing tool out of my way. They're going to be very, very responsive to price. It's a little more than what I need. 12 is fine. Gives it a little bit extra smoothing. The width, I don't want it too narrow, because if it's too narrow, like let's say I go to like a 1, watch what happens. It's going to make it so narrow, I'm not going to get the excursions outside of the bands I want. It's going to miss. See what I'm saying? Now, can you see in the flow of like a river what price is doing? Could you just hand trade that? Oh, it's flowing down. Let me get short. Oh, it's flowing up. Let me get long. Oh, back to short. Let me get short. Oh, back to long. But at the end of the day, you're fine. You're a seller on the day, and then right in here, you're a buyer. So you got to realize trading tools are like guns going into a gun battle. What works for you? Do you want long rifles? Do you want handguns? Do you want a shotgun? Or let's say you're going to go play golf. What clubs do you want to use? Sorry, I didn't, if you're offended by guns, I didn't mean to offend you. uh, I kid, I kid. So I know some traders that are trading like this. They've tightened up their fast bands, and and yeah, they got the IQ. That's all they pay attention to. When they're down, they get short. When they're hooking and changing directions, if they're not done already, they get long. And then they get short, and then they get long, and then they get short, and then, oh my gosh, they're over their daily goal, doing something brain dead simple and what works for them. Trading is an individual sport. I'm giving you a whole range of tools. Tinker around with them, play with them, dial them in so they're visually efficient for you. So you can see what the market's doing and know when to be long and when to be short. Does that make sense? Okay, let's go to like A2, and I'll show you that's still a little too narrow to make sure you can still see good excursions outside the bands. I'm barely getting outside the bands in some areas. So I go up to about a 2.5. And in my opinion, 2.5 to a 3. I like them a little bit more narrow. So I'll leave it 2.5. If you want to make sure you're getting good excursions outside the bands, I would not go anything less than probably about a 2.2 or 2.5. Oh, somebody said something. I wish we'd go down. I've been waiting for this pivot to get blown out so we can have a level sweep. And we got a lot of support that was built up in the prior days. So I don't know if we're going to get all the way down there, but I kind of can't stand when the market comes down. Let's see, hits a level. Here's a pivot from pre-market, and then right out of the open, we come down and we miss it. That leaves a market that's just junk usually afterwards. If it comes down, does its job, come on, institutional, sweep that effing level. So if the market comes down out of the open, the institutionals would just do their job, sweep the level out, don't dance above it, and then I can get a more reactionary price for a accelerated breakdown or a bounce that I could, quick scalp. So right now they're dinging around right above the, overnight session level. And now that was built during the overnight session, so there's lower volume. Actually, this level is more important than these two prior ones. These were done in the overnight session. Actually, there was one done end of day. That one's important. This is kind of like the next key level right in here. And I'm always paying attention to that. Like, where is the next key level that was built when all the major participants were in play? And that's here because this was after the 8:30 U.S. Central Time open. So that market pivoted when all the key participants were trading and the U.S. stock market was open. That makes sense. So anyhow, 2.5 is a good setting. Now let's go into the AIQ indicator. I have this is on very, very dialed in settings. Like I just want to see every possible opportunity where there's some mom activity. And I have it on mom mode right now, momentum signal mode with the squares. So I'm way down on a 5, phase 0. Phase is like really, really minute fine tuning. I just leave it at 0. I am on MA1. Other training modules will get into the differences of MA1 and MA2. MA2 works a little bit better for different modes of use. I don't have any step sizing in. I always have better formula checked. I don't need sound on any of these things. If I wanted sound on the mom signals, I would check this square signal sound and I put in some sort of a sound file. Okay, I have all the default settings, the square, percentage, above and below price. I mean, I could move that a bit, go to maybe like a 0.07, move it away from price a little bit, move it down a little bit farther away from price. I kind of like it myself up, tucked up close to price. So I'm going to go to maybe a 6. 7 is a little, so 0.06. So that's changing the distance vertically of the signal from the most recent, candle. Yeah, the 6 is fine. So 5s and 6s. Okay, let's go back into the settings. We're getting a pickup rate. Somebody might be saying something. The market's starting to pick up its trade speed, the speed at which we have candle completion. Okay, so now this is a very dialed in setting. Anything, you start getting around 7 up to, let me show you like as high as a 12. Let's hit apply. The signals are going to be happening. You're going to have less signals and the criteria are higher. It's going to need more of a burst of momentum detected before you get a signal. But you get a lot less signals and they tend to be more, I don't want to say more accurate, but there's definitely some momentum bursts taking place. But when you get the signal, you're going to be a bar or two later than me jumping in at anywhere between a 5 and a 7 setting. So I've been really liking the dialed in because I already know where I want to be a buyer and seller in the market. I'm just waiting for the market to get there. So any little bounce with any hints of momentum or any little, move, I'm getting a mom signal. I like that. I'll use my discretionary experience as to which ones I'm going to take. Now here, I know there's an overnight session low. I do know there's some support from the prior day below that. So now I have two levels. If I see the market trade down, sweep this level, lift, and I get a mom signal, that's something I would entertain for sure to the long side. Because I like markets that interact with levels where they test them, they come right down, and they test the level and bounce, or they sweep the level and bounce. So either one, and then I get a mom signal, that would be an area I'd be willing to take, especially if we sweep the level, the fast bands go outside the main bands, and then I get a mom signal. That I would like the best out of all the possible scenarios. I want to see some special reason why I suddenly want to buy the market. That makes sense. Now, I might see a W pattern lift and get a mom signal on a market that's so far maintaining higher pivot lows. I get a W pattern and I get a mom signal. That would be something. I'll take a shot at that. So because I see a W pattern. So if I see W patterns and I like the look of price leading into that, a mom signal, something I would entertain. If I had a M signal and a mom signal, and I'm above the mid band and I see the main channel bands are pointing down, that would be something I would entertain. I like M's, I like W's. I like excursions outside the bands to be a seller or a buyer. I like levels tests and level sweeps to be a seller or buyer. So market comes back up today, takes out that level with a level sweep, rotates, gives me a mom signal. That's something I'd like to take a shot at. Why? Because I had a level sweep. So here's my reasonings to get in trades on an intraday basis. Excursion outside of the bands, reaction trades. So we'll call those BEs, band excursion trades. Bands, fast bands have gone outside the main bands. Then I'll look for buys or sells. That's one type of intraday trade I'll take. The second one I'll take is L, just for levels trades. The market's done a levels test or sweeps. So I'll put a S. That that O looks more like an onion than an O. Tests or sweeps. Second reason I'll work trades manually. Third, pattern trades. I'll put PT for price pattern. Or let's go, yeah, just, it's a pattern. So we'll just go PT. So price patterns. I'm looking for M rollovers or W buys. So here, I get a W pattern and then I get a mom signal. I like that. That fits. Those are my three reasons I would ever entertain. And we did have a mom signal back a bit. So again, there's only three reasons or trade setups that I will take intraday. Let's cover them one more time. Number one, I'll work band excursions in conjunction with a mom signal. Why it's not working? Let's try that again. There we go. So band excursion trades, long or short. That's one reason that would get me excited about getting in the market as a buyer or seller. Okay. Then the next one would be levels sweeps, levels tests. So market comes to a key area, tests it, and then I get a mom signal. That would get me excited to get in the market. So let's go find. So right here, good example. Market created a key level. Market comes down, tests the level, didn't sweep it, didn't blow it out, and then reverse. Market tested the level, and then the market's bouncing. And at the time, I had a mom signal. So that is a levels test buy. So I could have either had a level sweep buy or a level, in this case, it tested the area exactly and bounced. That's the type of stuff. So I literally just sit back all day and I'm looking for these type of setups. Next thing, M and W patterns. So if I see M and W's, we just had a W play out there. That, in my opinion, would have been a smart area to buy. There's a couple reasons too. There's our overnight session pivot. There's our pullback morning pivot. Now I just had two back-to-back pivots. So what is the market doing? The market